Hello my best friend, how are you today? Meet again on the Batara Media Channel, which discusses business and entrepreneurship. In this video, we will share information about what causes entrepreneurs to fail in running a business. Let's look at the video to the end. Do you know what causes entrepreneurs to experience failure in running a business? There are many factors that occur. One of the omissions is the lack of consistency. Failure is indeed a very common situation in business. So even if it fails, this is certainly not something to be afraid of. It's just that, in response to it, you need to make careful preparations so that when there are challenges you can make the right decisions. Of course, there are various steps that can be taken to minimize failures in entrepreneurship. Get used to it before implementing a plan. You should first recognize some things that are likely to hinder your business from running. So, when facing these challenges, you have prepared a strategy. Applying the saying, prepare an umbrella before it rains. You certainly need to prepare and correct the provoking factors from the very beginning. Don't forget to also motivate yourself and the surrounding environment, because the right motivation can help you become a wise entrepreneur. So, what are the causes of failure in entrepreneurship? Factors affecting entrepreneurial failure. Here we summarize more than 11 factors what causes entrepreneurs to experience failure in running a business. Come on, see more below. 1. Unclear vision and mission. Vision and mission are the things we hear most often in various activities, be it organizations or businesses. However, often this is not considered a fundamental thing by business people. Meanwhile, the vision and mission itself is very important in business to communicate value to solutions to your market. The vision and mission also helps you to stay in the right direction and strategy. That way, all the business decisions you make will be directly proportional to the vision and mission. If you don't determine the vision and mission, that is broken. Of course, a lot of time will be wasted. 2. Minimal managerial ability. Another factor in entrepreneurial failure is the ability and knowledge possessed by the business actors themselves. The lack of ability of an entrepreneur related to business management can hinder the potential for success, especially in managing capital neatly to map the needs needed when building a business. The lack of managerial knowledge can certainly hinder the productivity of the workers. This is because you can't determine the right priority scale. This skill is of course obtained through process and experience. So, avoiding problems is certainly not a solution. It's just that a reliable entrepreneur, even though beginners, are those who are able to see priorities and decide on the appropriate strategy to solve the problem. 3. Experience and research. A less experienced self-employed person has the potential to face obstacles here and there. But do not be sad. Still learn to hone skills to become a successful entrepreneur in his field. Of course, it takes some time to fail so that you can understand the pattern of the business being developed. The interesting thing about running a business is that there is nothing too new except technology. Even if technology is always new, you as an entrepreneur certainly must realize that there is a pattern that repeats the same. You just need to innovate and create something as a solution. So, friends, do not hesitate to step up and fail. The most important thing is not to repeat the same failures in the future. Examples of skills that must be possessed are research and the ability to analyze the market to create branding to market. These 3 things are certainly often underestimated. This is certainly a strong key to advancing your business. The best strategy is certainly to create a product that already has a market, where this means that there are needs that must be met. So, you clearly present a product or business to provide solutions, until using the opportunity to compete in the market. 4. Poorly trained financial control. Another factor influencing entrepreneurial failure is lack of financial control. As a self-employed person, you need to be able to control your finances. Otherwise, your efforts could potentially fall into the abyss of destruction. Therefore, before starting a business, it is important to pay attention to finances and business development prospects, with carefulness about cash flow, accuracy, and understanding in grouping business funds with personal funds. losses that have the potential to occur in entrepreneurship can be minimized. Many times many entrepreneurs are stuck with debt and high interest. So, this is definitely very risky to advance your business. So, it's a good idea to recognize what type of business capital loan or funding you want to use. This will usually cause bad debts if you can't pay it off. For that, be careful making loans. 5. Doing business with debt capital without calculation. The unwise thing to do is to start a business with capital from you in debt. So it's a good idea if you start with your capital or while raising capital and a team. Or you could have started with a loan. But you have to think about how long you can reach the break-even point. Also, how long it will take you to pay off the funding you received. Until what kind of agreement was agreed from the beginning regarding interest. Payment tenor to guarantee. Do not forget to perform a valid agreement on paper. 6. A place or location that is not strategic. An incorrect location can be one of the factors in the failure of the entrepreneur you are running. This is because the location also supports the implementation and continuation of the business in the future. For example, locations that are far from residential or urban centers and public facilities. It just sounds like it's old-fashioned and unsupportive of development. Therefore, choose the right location by trying to take an area close to the market or public facilities. That way, your business will grow even slowly. The most important thing is a location that can be accessed by the public, especially vehicles. It doesn't always have to be strategic, because of course you're still realistic to consider rental prices. For that, just pay attention to the existing access roads, because at least you can maximize your location through the use of Google Maps and the digital branding process. 7. Supervision of equipment and business assets is not optimal. The factor causing the failure of entrepreneurship is the lack of supervision of equipment and business assets that are not optimal. Therefore, supervision has a very close relationship with business effectiveness and efficiency. Minimal asset and equipment oversight will have an impact on improper use. Business assets that are not optimal will certainly make the target audience hesitate. For example, when you start marketing your business, make sure you create an attractive first impression. You can get this from the service or comfortable conditions of the place. For example, you are engaged in the food business. Then the thing that you should pay attention to is of course the quality of taste. Comfort to the right price. Thus in the future you can certainly have loyal customers. 8. Focus too much on price and profit. What causes entrepreneurs to experience failure in running a business? One of which is that you are too focused on pursuing profits and ignoring consumer needs. Often the price of a product is unpretentious to the set target audience. The important thing to apply from the product side is to choose not to go to war with competitors through price. Price wars are certainly not wanted by fellow similar business owners. Instead, you should collaborate to be able to complete the unique selling point that your business does not yet have, so that the local business ecosystem can run conducively. Always try to focus on seeing what value, service we can provide, because then the business you are in has a clear function. When it has a clear function, of course, the audience will naturally assess and adapt it to their preferences and needs through their experience. 9. Rush. Starting a business not only sees the potential opportunities that exist, but you also have to be shrewd in preparing for it. If you rush too much without considering the failures that can occur, you will most likely lose money. For this reason, you must think about cash flow, especially funding sources to human resources when running a business, so that when all is fulfilled, even if it is not perfect, over time you can still complement and correct the existing shortcomings. Remember, you can be flexible and innovative, but at the same time you must analyze the situation and consider the ability of your assets when you want to run them. 10. Ignoring technology. Ignoring technology and the development of digital marketing is tantamount to allowing yourself to engage in backwardness in the current era. To be able to compete with entrepreneurs in the market, you must be able to optimize the use of your digital marketing, regardless of the type of business or your business. The visibility of your business online is very important to optimize. Starting from the business name, location to explanations about your business. Of course, procuring information like this is important. You can choose what social media has many opportunities to bring you together with your target audience. Remember, it seems simple, but this is very important in advancing your business, especially if you have an offline store. 11. Forgetting to ask questions and honing yourself. Business doesn't just talk about experience, planning, funding to execution. However, businesses also talk about self-evaluation, value and impact for the target market and surroundings. When you feel that your business has grown, you often forget to ask yourself if this is really the vision and mission you want to achieve. Whether your business has had an impact and what things need to be updated or improved from yourself or the team as a whole. For this reason, there are always self-evaluations and events to appreciate the overall performance of the team. Business doesn't just talk about success and profit. However, it also talks about relationships and the way you value someone with their time. That's the video about what causes entrepreneurs to experience failure in running a business this time. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to always support us by subscribe, like, share and comment. See you in the next video.